Now that we've talked about good posture, the next thing we want to be able to do is actually play the instrument with this good posture and continue on with that. The biggest thing that we should really be focusing on, honestly, is our weakest link, which is our pinky fingers, or what we call our fifth fingers in piano. We number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our fifth fingers are really our weakest ones, and they do require the most focus. So when we're playing keys on the piano, we want to make sure that we're not using the sides of our pinkies. We're using the tip. So what you'll notice is that when I'm using the tip of my pinky, I'm actually engaging this muscle here on the side. And that's the muscle that's going to develop once you get your fifth finger stronger. When using the side of your pinky, you just don't have that strength required when it comes time to play some strong chords or octaves that require a little bit more volume. And the way to play louder on a good digital piano or a real piano, acoustic, is by giving it a little bit more force. So make sure that when you play that pinky, you're using the tip of it and it's strong. So what I'd like you to do is put your hands on your lap, and we're going to take the tip of our pinky and press it against the tip of our thumb. Press, and then open up your hand as much as you can. Bring them in again, press, open, press, open, press, open. Don't rush through this. Doesn't matter if you don't want to do it 10 times, just do it a few times so that you get that press. Look how nice and rounded that pinky is. It's not collapsing. That's another thing. We don't want our joints to collapse backwards. We want to continue this round form because that is strong. Same with the other hand. If you want to do it one hand at a time, that is more than fine. But you want to be able to get a nice circular shape when you're doing this press and not letting your pinky finger collapse like this. The next exercise is to engage all of the other fingers here. So similar to what we were doing with our palms up and pressing at our pinkies, we're going to be doing the same exercise with all of our fingers. We want to get used to playing with the tips, the soft tissue on the tips of our fingers, because that's where the greatest force is going to be, where we have the most strength. So practice opening your hands wide, pressing your fingertips. Open wide, thumb to fingertip. Open wide, thumb to fingertip. This is a great coordination exercise, as well as a great exercise for the agility and flexibility of your fingers. You want to be able to stretch your hands out, bring them in and use force. So we're going to take one hand, put all your fingers fairly close together, and press 5 of these keys down at the same time. Now notice my fingers are very flat right now. So what I want to do is ensure that my thumb is straight with my forearm, but you curve the rest of your fingers. Give them a nice curve. And what we're focusing on here is bringing that pinky from a flat position to a rounded. Look at what's natural in my arm is to wing out my elbow. And once I wing it out, it becomes a lot easier to round out my pinky and play with the tip. So the second exercise is pressing all of the keys down and get your pinky nice and round. Once you've got that position, slowly lift your pinky and press. Lift, press. And again, try not to let that last knuckle collapse, or even the top one. The top one generally will not if you have a good wing out of your arm, but this second knuckle may. So make sure that your pinky is nice and round when you play. Try with both your hands at the same time. For this exercise, your second finger and your middle fingers are going to be at an angle, and that's not how we're going to play in the long run, but this is an exercise to focus on the pinky. So we're not actually going to be forcing these ones in a wrong position right off the bat. We're just focusing on our weakest link here. Another exercise is to work on not using all of our fingers and not pressing with all of them. So taking my right hand, for example, I want to get that same position that we had earlier when we were pressing all of the fingers down, but I'm only going to press my thumb first, and then I'm going to work on pressing my fifth finger without pressing the other keys. You're going to find that your other fingers are going to want to play. Relax them and just use your fifth finger. Do that until you become comfortable just playing that fifth finger. We're going to do the same as what we did last time, except not press any other fingers down other than the fifth one. All of the other fingers are just going to rest on the keys. Remember, your thumb is going to be nice and flat and parallel with the keys. And you want to wing out your elbow so that your pinky is in the right position to be playing. And just play that fifth finger. It's going to look like this. Make sure my thumb is nice and straight. And I'm relaxing all of the other fingers while I'm playing just my pinky. With proper curvature, bring out that elbow so that your pinky, your fifth finger, is nice and round. And we're going to go through each of the fingers and play them several times so that you feel comfortable pressing firm. You don't have to play loud when you're pressing firm. Usually the loudness comes with a faster press. So you can press slowly but hard. This exercise is a little bit tricky because the other fingers want to play too, but you have to keep them as relaxed as possible. Once you're done with your fifth finger, go on to your fourth finger. Make sure you're breathing so you're always relaxed. And you're only pressing with that finger that you're exercising. Moving on to the middle finger, third finger. And the second finger, the index finger. lastly, the thumb. Now when using the thumb is going to be flat, and unfortunately we do have to use the side of it. That is just the nature of our hand. Another exercise to strengthen the pinky and get a little bit more agility is to press the thumb. You can press it on any key you'd like. Take your fifth finger, press the key right beside it with good posture. When you're comfortable there, move down one. When you're comfortable there, move down one. Continue moving down until you get to the maximum of your stretch. Make sure that your fifth finger is pressing nice and firm and it's got a good shape. My thumb is a little bit crushed right now, but that's to make sure that I'm focusing on good posture with my fifth finger. That's about as far as I can go. Make sure you repeat that with the other hand.